Welcome back, YouTube. Play of the daytime. We got two MAC spots for tonight. And no, this is not exactly what you're going to think it is going to be for today. So if you could, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It really helps us out over here on the channel. Looking forward to going to another sweep here for some college basketball. And, yep, have to do our recap for NBA. We had NBA. Giannis did not get there. I really don't know what happened in that game. That game just got really low scoring. I expected that to keep going. Dame has just not been doing well either. I think he missed like 3 or 4 potential assist spots for Giannis. Shots just weren't falling, and tough to grab the assists when you do that. 12 rebounds I take all day. But it is what it is. Bucks fall down again. Obviously got the Buck flag back here, and hopefully they can pick it up soon, because this is lasting a lot longer than I expected. First game with Doc as the head coach. But that is not what you're here for. You're here for some college basketball plays. After last show, almost at that double-digit unit mark again. 38 for our first 62. And we have 2 spots today. This is going to be actually pretty funny. I'm going to be betting, I think, maybe the second under of the whole year on the show. I've been mostly betting team total over, as I've been betting team totals, overs, all these spots. These are going to be the 2 spots for the day. And let's get it started. 63.5, minus 125. Eastern Michigan is at home against Akron. Akron, always a tough team to score on in the MAC. Top 100 defensively. They play very, very slow. 310 in adjusted tempo. And the thing is with Eastern Michigan, they don't play fast either, and they're not good offensively. The opponent's defenses that they've played rank 4th worst in the entire country. Their offense is still, even against that type of defenses, ranked bottom 50 in pretty much every statistical category. I really love this spot for Akron, just because when you look at this, they're playing some pretty good teams here, or they're playing them with pace, right? So you go with these teams. Northern Illinois plays extremely fast. They shut them to 51 points. You saw them play Buffalo, who plays fast, 59 points. The big one I thought was the Ohio game. They held them to 58. And they're coming off of a loss at Miami of Ohio in a game I thought they were going to win. I really thought they should win that game. They were a 7.5-point favorite on the road, and they lost outright. I was not expecting them to score 70 points on this defense, and I think what you're going to see here is them lock up early and often in this spot. Just looking at that Miami of Ohio game, they shot 41% from 3. They had 9 turnovers, Akron did. Miami of Ohio didn't even shoot that well. Just not a very good spot for you to lose on the road. Obviously, home roads and conference play does matter quite a bit, but 7.5-point total or spread, and they lost outright by 2. Just a tough look, and now you're going to have to show up, and this is a game you need to win, right? This is a big game for Akron, and like I said, Eastern Michigan is not fast, and they rely on one guy, right? They're same thing as what they had when they had Imani Bates there. They have Tyson Acuff. He's averaging 22 points per game. Only shoots 28% from 3, which I think is important because they are going to need to hit the 3-point ball to win this game, Eastern Michigan, or even to score. Their top 3 scorers, which their third scorer scores 7 points per game. Nobody above 35%. I really have a hard time seeing where the points come from. And just looking here at Akron's side, they have Enrique Freeman, who's an absolute stud. He's going to dominate, in my opinion. I think he's going to dominate the glass here and pretty much be able to score at will underneath. And that's why I think this is going to be a tough spot for them to score underneath, because Freeman's almost averaging 2 blocks per game. He's an elite rim protector, and you really don't have anybody to body down there with him. And also, in these games where I bet team total unders, I need you to be bad. I need you to be really, 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 really bad at free throw shooting. I don't like having those free throws go in and get us closer and closer. Outside of a cuff, there is nobody above 74%. This is one of the bottom 30 teams in the country in free throw shooting, 67%. I think that's very, very important because when you have a team total this low, you're going to need to have them miss free throws or just not get to the line at all. So very important there to talk about as well. 67% as a team outside of a cuff. Like I said, I don't think there's one guy over 75%, which is very, very big for us here. No three-point shooting, bad free throw shooting, and an elite slow pace for us here. Sign me up for some Akron Zips. Revenge on their mind. And I think they're going to show up here and shut down this Eastern Michigan one-man band here. That is Tyson Acuff. Number 2, I go to a play I did not think I was going to play this morning. This was not something I was – Ball State was not the first thing on my mind that I was going to bet on. I was thinking about the over in the full game there a little bit, but the more I look at it, the more I like this Ball State spot. Ball State at home, 1-point dogs, 74.5 team total. We're heading up against Mr. Bowling Green University, the Falcons. And I like fading this team. I bet Toledo team total against them, even though they only had 35 points in the first half. They still scored 88. Bowling Green did not guard the three-point ball well at all. They're coming off of a tough game like that. They played close into the first half. Now they're going to Ball State, back-to-back road spots. So that in itself I do like as well. Ball State, I think, outside of Freeman that I just talked about, I think they have the second best big in this conference, and that is absolute stud and Bashir Jihad. I think he's going to absolutely nuke these guys. We just talked about the Freeman, right? We just talked about how good Freeman is, right? Freeman went for 24 and 13 on this Bowling Green side earlier this year, and Bashir Jihad held them to 12 and 11 or 14 and 11 in their matchup. This dude's legit. Like, he is an absolute stud, just a big dude, 6'9", 239, shoots the three-point ball at 34% at home, averaging 19 points per game. I think he's going to absolutely cook down low. But also, you got 3 other 10-point scorers here, double-digit figures. Jalen Anderson, Davion Bailey, Mickey Pearson, all of them over 35% from 3, which I think is important because I just told you how bad they looked against Toledo against the three-point ball. Dante Maddox went like 7 for 8 on these dudes, went nuclear on them, and he wasn't even guarded in half of these. They were trying to run a zone, which I expect them to do tonight. I expect them to try to run the zone because I don't think anyone on this Bowling Green side is going to be able to stay with Jihad, so you have to kind of run a zone because he's going to pretty much need a double team every time. I trust this team at home to hit the three-point shot. That's not something I usually say about a lot of these MAC teams. They're not usually a team I want to back as much, but when you're at home, it does help me a little bit here. If you want to go and talk about their three-point shooting, they are top 30 in the country, and even higher than that with their number at home. They shoot 40% from 3 at home. Obviously very, very important. You guys just heard me talk about why I wanted to fade Eastern Michigan, because they can't hit free throws. Ball State, absolutely elite free throw shooting team. They shoot 77% as a team. If you want to go to the guys that are important, that are going to be out there shooting those free throws, we have Davion Bailey shooting 91%, guys. 91%. We got Jihad as a big guy, 107 for 143 on the season. He gets to the line a ton. They are, again, top 40 in personal fouls drawn per game at 21. This team is going to be downhill, attacking the hoop, kicking it out for threes, and I think that really is going to work well against this Bowling Green defense. I hope that Bowling Green can keep this one in that firing pace, right? I want Ball State to want to run on these guys, and Bowling Green being a willing dance partner here. So I think this is a great number. I do. I know the game is at 149.5. But again, I just told you, Ball State's an elite free throw shooting team. We talked about that. But Bowling Green is awful at free throws, which is the reason why I can't. It's one of those big things for me that if a team cannot hit free throws and I'm sitting here with this ticket in my hand wanting to cash it and you can't hit those free throws at the end of the game, it is very, very tough. On the road this season, Bowling Green is shooting 63%. You heard me right. That is 63% from the charity stripe. Ball State at home shoots 79%. 79.3% at home. That is, I came into light years. That is huge. It's a big, big difference, especially in these conference games with a very tight spread. If I have one team that can hit free throws, hit the three-point ball at 40% clip, and be shooting around 80% from the free throw line, I'm in, baby. Let's go. Ball State team total over 74.5, minus 110. Also rolling with Eastern Michigan team total under 63.5, minus 125. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, 38-24, looking to add on this today. If you could, hit that like button on your way out, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for Pass the Price.